Excuse me. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? Right here. Hey, what's up? Hey, Woo. How y'all doing on this good Thursday? Dang, the days are flying by. Hey. So this is going to be a real deep read today. It's going to make you really think in a very positive way, of course. I feel like it's time for me to go deeper so that way y'all can get out of this surface level thinking and perception of things. It's time to go deep so you can think deep, so you can understand why things are the way they are. And that could be spun from many different ways, but that's what my spirit is being led to do today. So, yeah, it's gonna be good. But all right, so welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro Scene. Hey, Woo, hey, LaRonda. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to book a private reading with. Oosh, I forgot the. To book a private reading with me or shop in my store, all the information in the description box below. I'm so sorry about y'all flowers, y'all. Hey, y'all, flowers, flowers, flowers. Hey, sis. Hey, Mooly. Flowers, flowers, flowers. And one more time, flowers, flowers, flowers here. All right, I'm sorry about that. I'm drifting right into the read. All right, hey, boo. M, hey, M. Hey, lady. All right, hey, Miss Mary, how you doing, boo? All right, let's get into it. So the channel message here is you're making believers out of dreamers, okay? I'm hearing the song Selena, dreaming, because I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow, till the, how it go? I forget how the actual beat goes, but I'm hearing, so I'm dreaming. So there's something about Selena and I'm dreaming, right? But I wrote this down here and it says, I feel like this is the final call, the end of the film, the curtain falling down, the actual end. The end of illusions and the wake of true reality. The ones who are asleep are in fear, and the ones that are awakened are confident and bold. Okay, so that's what we're going to be speaking about today. Of course, there's a group of people here that's in fear right now because everything's just falling down, or everything has fell down. It was very, I don't know how to explain that. Because it's like no words can explain what they're going through. So I'm trying to put it into words, but it's very hard to put into words because it's like beyond harsh. It's like wipeout, I guess. It's like a wipeout is what I'm hearing. We have a main male here. Could be a brother, a father, a sister, or sorry, a brother, a father, an uncle, grandfather. Dang, got that darn. I have one more net. This is the last net. I got the most of them, but dang, because I told you I had spoiled fruit. So y'all excuse me. There's a male here. It could be a father, a brother, an uncle, a cousin, an ex-friend, an ex-lover, an ex-spouse, however it resonates here, are going through some very traumatic changes. Yes, it's very traumatic. And this is something that they weren't anticipating. They weren't expecting it. So while they were looking in your window, they didn't realize that they left their window completely open for other people to kind of peep in or see. They weren't aware. They thought they were kind of cloaked or hidden, but they're not here with despair. And my spirit told me to write down, I feel like this is the final call, the end of the film, the curtain falling down, the actual end. the end of illusions and the wake of true reality. The ones who are asleep are in fear, and the ones that are awakened are confident and bold. It's crazy because when people, and this is split of course, but when someone may hear the word unknown, and I'll explain in both ways. When someone hears the word unknown, let's say you are more optimistic in regards to the word unknown. You don't know what's going to happen, but you're going to put that belief, or you're going to have that faith within yourself to ensure that, you know what, even though I'm not aware, I'm going to allow myself to guide myself, and I'm going to do what I need to do to ensure I'm able to get out of whatever situation that is, if that makes sense. But for them here, when it comes to the unknown, they're terrified of the unknown. And I can even put it in this way: you were considered to be the unknown because they never knew what to expect from you. You were so raw and so honest in your truth. It's like every time you spoke a truth, it was always with a different twist. It was like something that they've never seen, something that they never heard before. The way that you speak truth, or also you could be a lyricist or an MC or a mic, or you be on the mic so you can spit truth as well, if that makes sense. So every time so every time they asked for truth, you gave them just that, but it was just too much. It was just way too much for them. Someone's name is Tanyetta, Tanae, Ture. Someone could be from Turkey, Tunisia. I'm here in Toledo, Tallahassee, 12th Street. I'm hearing Broad Street. I'm also hearing Flowers Lane. Michael Keaton. Someone's name is Deja or Dasha. Dasha. D-A-C-H-A or so. D-A-S-H-A, I don't know. Yeah. Somebody's name is Dasha. Could be Tasha. I don't know who. Wait, what's your issue? Oh, okay. Let's get you out of here. Bye. Arrivederci. Fight with that block button, heifer. Yeah, fight with that block button, heifer. I'm like, wait, hold on, what I do? But as I mentioned yesterday, when you are explaining something that has a lot of truth, or when it's loaded with truth, a person who's not familiar with truth, or who can't walk in truth, they're not going to be able to understand what you're saying. It's going to be very foreign to them, and it's going to trigger them to no end. Hence that fool that I just blocked from YouTube. So they really be proving my point here. It's literally, I feel like I get free case studies when the trolls come in, because just take one scan, one look at them, you be like, oh, okay, that's how you feel. Well, you got da-da-da-da-da-da. As soon as you start talking about it, they want to try to come at something so vain, your face or your, your eyes or your teeth or what. They're so childish. They really don't have any power here. That's why I feel like this is the final call, the end of the film, the curtain falling down, the actual end. The end of illusions and the wake of true reality. The ones who are asleep are in fear. The ones that are awakened are confident and bold. And these individuals are very afraid, because what I was mentioning in regards to the unknown, they're afraid of the unknown. Your unknown is very, very, very different from their unknown. Very, very different from their unknown. Y'all not the same, and you'll never be. And don't allow anybody to attempt to push you or categorize you as you should or no. If you feel that's what's right for you on your own terms, your own call, you know what I mean? Then rock out, do what you got to do. But if you feel the answer is no, then the answer is no. Okay? I don't know. I just feel like a real stern mom today, or I could be the stern auntie. I just see myself older in a rocking chair, and kids just coming up to me, just asking for advice. I'm like, yeah, you watch out for that little heifer. I think I'm gonna keep heifer around. As I get older in my rocking chair, I'm gonna keep that word. Oh man, we got occupation here, child. Anywho, so with occupation here, someone's getting a new job. You're getting a new job. You could be starting next month, which is July actually. 3 + 4 is 7. You could be 34 years old. You can live around 34th Street. Maybe you've been around 34th Street. That could be New York City, 34th Street. I'm also here in downtown Albany and Poughkeepsie. Poughkeepsie is what I'm hearing. Someone's name is Valdar, Valdar. I don't know what that is. Valdar? Good morning. How you doing, boo? Hi, Brian. Thank you for the gift. You better tell them, boo, Righteous. You better tell them. Righteous says, Zen voice, who don't hear will feel. Listen, who don't hear will feel. So that's on them. There's courtship here. So someone's in the spirit that you could be in a connection or a relationship. You could be keeping this quiet. If you're keeping it quiet, don't put nothing on here, please. This is just confirmation that I'm tapping in, and that it just confirms that, you know, I'm telling the story correctly. That's all. Don't put your business on here now. All right. If you are, congratulations. That's great. Great. Yeah. Keep it nice and quiet, and yeah. Nobody not in your business. Nobody know what you got going on. Yeah. Oh, wow. What the hell's wrong with people today? Dang, I must be hitting hard today. Baby, they coming out the woodworks. Let's see what else, child. Let me focus. Somebody's going fishing for maybe oyster or oyster shucking, or you like to shuck oysters for the pearl inside. We got message of concern here. So if someone finds out that you're in a connection, it's gonna really it's gonna drive them over the edge, like really, for real. Somebody's so distraught about you. Like I said, it could be a father figure, a brother, a cousin, an uncle, grandfather, great uncle, ex-friend, whatever, however. But there's a masculine in your life, and it can go for a masculine or a feminine energy. Take it how it resonates. They're very concerned. They're concerned. About you moving forward. It's like you finally, okay, that makes sense. I feel like this is the final call, the end of the film, the curtain falling down, the actual end. So yeah, you took a bow and you bowed out. And when you bowed out, everything ended. Literally, figuratively, and even vividly. Everything ended. You stepped right out of that box. You stepped right out of that film. You stepped right out of that story. You stepped right out of that narrative. You just stepped out of it. It was like, this doesn't make sense to me. It's not benefiting me here. Why do I keep going through the same storyline? If that makes sense, just put it in a perspective so you can understand. But they keep trying to replay the same storyline over and over and over. Figuratively, metaphorically, physically speaking, when someone is doing that over and over and over, that becomes insanity. It's the same darn thing day in and day out. No, you got to do something different. You got to switch it up a bit. You got to see what else is out there. There's so much things to offer you. The world is your oyster. And I like to say the sky is not the limit. You can even extend or expand further than the sky. Because I feel like when people say sky is the limit, that tells me that you're limiting yourself, and that's something that you should not ever do. That's just me. Why are you limiting yourself? You should never do that, if that makes sense. So you ended. You just ended. You cut it. You were the director. I mean, hey, you had some form of control that you were able to end it, right? That means a lot. That says something. When I say some, because you weren't aware at the time, but you did what you had to do, you know, the strength that you had to ensure that you were very far away from these individuals that were trying to cause harm towards you. And you are in your right. And for the ones that have not yet, you will get there. If you're struggling, if you're in a connection right now, because remember, there's many different walks of life here. Some people just now starting, some people are in the middle, and some people are where I am. So let's be respectful of everyone's path on here, okay? But for the ones that's just joining me, like really starting your path of, like, you just found, you know, spiritual self, and, you know, you having like an enlightenment and things of that nature, first thing you should do is you should sit with self, which is meditation. Yes. Be okay with being alone, which I don't think that's an issue, but sit quietly and see what comes through. Have a journal, have your paper, your pens, or whatever, and just start writing things down. And you will start to see just how things shift as you continue to do what you are led to do. If that makes sense, that's what's going to put you in a high honor. That makes sense? So because of that, because you've ripped the tape, because you destroyed the tape in that kind of way, figuratively speaking, there was nothing left. There was like no memory, you know, it was destroyed. It was tampered with in that kind of way. Because they weren't telling the correct story when it came to you. It was a very, it was a false story or a false narrative in regards to how they wanted to paint you. And that was only benefiting them, but not you. So you literally and figuratively, you stepped out of that, you know, that film, and that's what ended here. So the moment that you ended, the end of illusions and the wake of true reality, the ones who are asleep are in fear. The ones that are awakened are confident and bold. Yes, so you had to be confident and bold, or bold, to step outside of what they were trying to box you in. Remember, they only can treat you from the level of experience of life. And all they knew were all they knew were to just be in a box. That's all they can do to you. So if you step outside of the box in regards to the box that they're trying to put you in, they're gonna be like, yo, what the yo, what you doing? They're gonna be that's going to, you know, I can't even find the words, but it's going to be, you going to start to see them trip. Like, yo, what you doing? Wait, how you do that? No, wait, why'd you do that? No, you're not supposed, and now they're trying to figure out reasons as to keep you suppressed or to slow you down or to do things to ensure that you're not successful or you don't ever get successful again. And the success can be in many different ways, of course. But you are the high honor, which was and is the reason why they have high messages of concern. Because of the things that they have stated about you behind your back, they are truly in despair because of the changes that not only can you see for yourself, but other people, whether you are around them or whether they're watching you on social media, take it how it resonates. But there are people that are watching you, okay? Here, don't think we don't see you, Heifer. We see you. Okay, we see you, Heifer. Okay, all right. But yes, as I was saying here, people are seeing you in a higher position in regards to whatever, social status, financial status. I don't know, whatever you're doing, child. Okay? But things are doing pretty well for you, and it's just going to get better and better and better for you. And people are seeing this person's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So it's like, whoa, well, what's going on with you? They don't have anything to say. Why not? Because you ended the film. You stopped the tape. It was more so kind of figuratively wise or metaphorically speaking. They were recording you to put they wanted you to put a show on for them. If that makes sense, that's where the control comes from when it comes to that. Okay, but I ain't gonna go too deep with that one. But I hope you caught that. But that's what that is. Someone's name is Melanie or Melody. I'm also hearing Heavy D. See, we got gift in reverse. You were the gift to them. You kept things lively. You kept things going. The things that you say, maybe you have witty puns. I don't know. Maybe you're very funny. Maybe you're just, down to earth. Like whatever pleasant or beautiful characteristic or personality that you have about yourself, they didn't like that because they couldn't do what you do. You just did it so effortlessly. You just you. I mean, that's you. You are you effortlessly. I mean, why do they want you to fight you against you? And that's what they were trying to do. It's like they were trying to turn you into doing things in a different way, or like kind of turn you out. Not, I mean, in some aspects could be sexually, but I'm not speaking in a sexual manner. But for that, it do resonate with that. But they were trying to really turn you out from everything, so that way you can just be something different. It's like, okay, perfect example. They want to turn you out. If I took this hoodie off, it's going to be inside out, if that makes sense. So kind of in that way, it's like they wanted to strip you from who you truly were, like the true pure identity that you carried within. They wanted to strip that down by kind of like turning you out, if that makes sense. Like they didn't want you to see that gift within yourself. It's too, yeah. Like the gift of self is so blinding. And the reason why it's so blinding is because you're doing the work internally. So the more work you do internally, the more it's going to shine, and it's going to be so bright. It's going to make a lot of people upset. So that depends on you. Like, how bright do you want your light to shine? And you can do whatever you want with your light, because that's yours. That's yours. You can do whatever you want. So the question here is, what are you doing? Are you going to metastasize it? You going to grow? You going to get bigger with it? Or are you just going, nah, I'm going to keep them, I mean, it's you, whatever you want to do, Okay, we have sudden wealth here. Okay. So wherever you are in life currently, you've hit sudden wealth. Okay, it may not be financials yet, may not be yet, but there's something else besides financials that you have hit sudden wealth with. It could be in your health, it could be in your mind state, it could be in your physical body. It's something besides money that's coming. I get that. We're gonna put that to the side for a bit, but more so something with the body, or maybe you went to the dentist, or maybe you got a trainer, maybe you decide to do something different, eating different, like something wealthy like that. Because you doing that or have done that, it's opened up your path, but behind the path was actually bad health. So this person here was trying to put you in real bad health, like real bad health. But as I mentioned, there was, man, that's so oh man, there are two paths. Look at the paths. Look at the paths. Bad health or sudden wealth. Bad health or sudden wealth. You had two paths. The bad health was behind the sudden wealth card. If you would have said no, you would have been in bad health. And the sudden wealth actually was within you. So it's like a sudden aha moment, or a sudden realization. You know what I mean? Like you realize something, and it's like it opened up a wealth of, could be information, could be knowledge, it could be being aware. Yes, thank you, epiphany. It's like oh wait, what happened? No, the first thing you think about it. Second, you may have a shock factor, like, wait, did that really happen? Third, you may cry, stomp, however you do. And then the fifth, you start to release it and let it go in that kind of way. Someone's name is Tamika. 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 Someone's name is Quincy. So this is why they're in despair here, because you took the path of sudden wealth. Again, sudden wealth is not in regards to actual physical money. Sudden wealth in regards to obtaining knowledge, learning something new about self, releasing things that no longer serve you, something like that. Because when you suddenly, when it suddenly became aware to your mind, it's like, oh shoot, no, I gotta change this. I can't do this no more. I can't this. It's like a complete flip or switch that puts you on this pathway here. But they weren't anticipating that. They were anticipating you to be in bad health, which is why they're in a lot of concern, like huge concern here. Hey, Kino, thank you. Yeah, you can be educated in so many ways. Education just not, it doesn't boils down to just you being in actual school. No, that's one form of education. You can learn from everything, you know what I mean? From everyone, whether it's a good lesson or a negative lesson, but it's still a lesson that you learn. You know what I mean? If you're able to perceive it in that way, it puts you in a new space where you see everything as such. Like, dang, I learned from that. It wasn't a good, you know, dang, I will never do that again versus, yeah, I did that and that was cool. Yeah, I'll do that again. You know what I mean? So you need new perspectives to get you out the old one. And all they had were old perspectives, which is the reason why it kept going like a tape recorder, or just kept rewinding over and over and over. It's the same old story. Oh, you're this, or you're that, and you will never be. And that's why it was the same thing over and over and over. You got out of that broken record, break through that box, which shocked them to no end. And then once they realized that you was like moving forward and you wasn't dealing with them no more, they try to put blockages in your way in regards to your pathway to make you unwell or sick, or, you know what I mean, under the weather. That's what they tried to do. Someone's name is Samika, S-A-M, Mika, S-A-M-I-C-A, S-A-M-M-I-C-A, Samika, okay. Sammy, Samantha, Samson, Sebastian, Sabrina, Saki, Sakura, or Sakura. I'm also hearing Saxton. Someone's name is Celeste. It could be with an S too. Look, it's like community. Everybody, baby. Listen, false person is in reverse. You're not the false person. This is how you're being shown to the community. You're not the false person at all. False person's in reverse. Again, that's a huge concern of theirs, because their lies is tied to their reputation. And if people see that they're lying here, people are going to pull away. And that's what's happening here. This person is sick. So because you had two choices, again, your two choices were, do you want sudden wealth or do you want bad health? And you chose sudden wealth. And it came suddenly to you. Oh, shoot. Dang, what's going on? Why would he do that? Why would she do that? Da, da, da. You started to think about what was going on here. So since you chose the sudden wealth, they get this. That's all that's left. Hey, that's all that's left. A mature woman could be sick. They could be trying to fly this woman home, if that makes sense. Like someone passed, a mother passed, and they trying to get her home. So I don't know, it could be a different country home, or maybe a different state home. So take that how that resonates. But I'm hearing we need to take her home or bury her home is what I'm hearing. So someone is going through a lot right now in regards to a mother. Like they're in shock. Yeah, someone is in shock. Someone is balled up like a baby child. Soon as you got out that box, you ripped that tape. That tape of forever, because that's what it was. It was a spinning tape of forever foolishness. And you ripped through that thing, child. Everything malfunctioned. Everything broke down. Everything fell down. Even the curtain. This is the final call. The end of the film. The curtain falling down. The actual end. They tried everything to get you to come back so you can do it again. They want you to keep the same story because that's how they look towards other people. They got to look a certain way towards other people to feel some type of way about themselves. That's why they're stuck in that toxic cycle of things, because they feel like that is the only way and the only way to be. Okay, that's fine. If you want to live a life of being simple-minded, hey, I promise you, that's fine. Then be that, but leave other people alone. Some people don't want to be simple-minded. Some people don't want to play games. A lot of people may not want to play games. This is where your boundaries and your sternness comes in. Listen, I'm not playing with you. It's either you get it right or you get left. That's it. I'm not arguing and fighting with you. Whatever you decide you want to do, let me know. I'm not arguing with you. You can take that how you need to take that. Always give them the choice. What you want to do? You gonna act right or you going, what you do? I'm out. I ain't got time for this. The moment that you say to them, well, what you want to do, they feel like that they're in control. And they always do the opposite in regards to what they say they're going to do, which is basically no. So if you already know that they're going to say no, leave them. And watch that ego be out the window. Look, it's adjudication. That can go for anybody. It's like a psych. Like a crossover. How dare you do that to me? How dare you? Man, shut up, heifer. It could be a wealthy person. Take this how this resonate. Maybe with somebody. Again, it could be a father, a brother, a stepbrother, an uncle, a masculine in your life, whether you are a man or a woman. Take it how it resonates. But there's a man in your family that may have been considered the wealthy one or the one with the most finances at the time, okay? Their finances may look like wealth to that community of individuals because they were not used to expensive things. They weren't, okay? So however that resonates, so whoever was appointed or was seen as this person, as the, oh, you go to him or you go to her, yeah, she'll take care of it. He, you know, in that kind of way, in that community setting there, that's what I'm speaking about here, okay? They don't have that anymore. They lost everything, and their mom. They lost their mom because they're like, they're not doing well. This is a secret. Oh, spirit. Yeah. It's like a pain that they can't. They can't discuss, they can't express. It's such a hollow pain that they're feeling. There's a mom that passed recently. Then they're keeping this super quiet, super quiet, super quiet. The reason being is because, as I mentioned, somebody's in like a hollow, they feel empty, they feel drained, they feel like nothing. Does that sound familiar to you? How this person or group of people may have made you felt when you were just trying to be there? Does that sound familiar to you? Were you trying to be honest and trying to do what you could to protect that person because you always thought highly of them, or you may have had respect for them, or you may have had love for them, and they just completely just ignore that? Does that sound familiar? So they willfully tried and did everything that they could to take away your joy because they were never a joyful person to begin with. The only person that made them joyful was this mother figure. They had severe mother issues. Severe. Mm-mm. Yeah, someone passed in bed, like overnight. I ain't gonna go too more about that, but just think about morning, hey, wake up, that kind of way. And yeah, so, okay, that is the truth. Ace of Swords. Okay, take it how it resonates. Yeah. Yep. They're broke. Five of Pentacles. I have a video, I think about maybe a year back, stating we need help to pay for the funeral, or they don't have enough money to pay for the funeral, something like that. It is family. Yeah. 10 of Cups. Yeah. Please keep in mind, this is a collective read. It's not going to resonate for everybody. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Please don't come back and say, oh, that wasn't for me, because it's a collective read, please. Let me say that one more time. This is a collective read. Everything that I mentioned will not resonate with you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right now. So you can't say, oh, well, no, she said this is a collective read. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. So, it is a Nine of Swords. Someone is in their head. I don't even know how to explain this. It's like a pain you just can't express. That's just how I'm feeling to say it. It's a pain you can't express. Maybe you felt this way when you were going through what you were going through, the anger, the anguish, the silent anguish, because no one knew what you were going through. Specifically for the ones that went through this when they were younger or as kids, if that makes sense, through whoever raised you or whoever you lived with. And it seems like this person is getting the anguish of what you may have felt or what you may have experienced, but they're feeling it even more and even more and even more, to the point it's like it's like the stove just turned all the way up, and that's still not enough, and they're still trying to find more to just keep turning it up. Like, that's how this karma is. It's so turned up. Can I even say that? It's really bad, like petrifyingly, abusively bad. Can I say that? Like, bad. That's crazy. It's like pure agony. What is this? Look, 10 of Wands. Yo, I promise you, they in heartbreak. Oh my God. Yo, it's crazy. I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I have to laugh at this because I don't feel sorry for this individual, and here's why. They try to unalive you, boo. Mm, yeah, no. They try to do that because you just walked away or disconnect. You can't do that. And that's what they're realizing. They're realizing the things that they have done. They realize the tape has ended, the tape has stopped. As I mentioned, this person, ex, father's brother, whoever, however, this family member or ex, whatever, tried everything possible to control you by how they wanted to record you, if that makes sense. You were in front of their camera. You ran the tape. Whatever you said, whatever you do, they would do things towards you. Yeah, yeah. It was like a show, literally. And they're sitting down and they're directing or attempting to direct your life, and they're saying things, boo, tomatoes, tomatoes, and you supposed to be like, F you, and you ain't nothing, you ain't nothing, da, 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 and I can't, da, 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 da. You literally on the stage, and they're grabbing more people. They're getting more people to come. Yo, man, you gotta check the collector. Yo, what's wrong with them? Man, they crazy. They look at them. You going, man. And they bring in more of an audience and more people and more people and more people and more people. And everybody's supposed to sit here and just watch you act the fool. You don't know the reason why you acting the fool, but you realize that all these people coming up towards you and just watching you. And you trying to figure out why is the reason all these people watching you. Until the hermit here came in, something came up. Something came up to where you had to retreat or recharge. Because you trying to figure out, yo, what's going on? Why are so many people watching me? Why are so many people, what's going on with you? You okay? And we all know the ones that don't have real profiles or real names, they'll change their name. They'll change the profile picture. Sometimes they don't have any profile picture. They do a lot of childish things. But as I mentioned before, if you are tapped in, it doesn't matter what they write. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter even what their picture look like. You'll be able to read. You just, period. That makes sense. So some of you guys are honing in on your discernment. It's increasing for you, okay? Oh, goodness. The Knight of Wands. And now they're very restless. They're very violent, but restless. But it's the karma. Because they couldn't, and they would not, they wouldn't express themselves. They wouldn't tell the truth. The truth can be spun in many different ways. The truth can be really good for someone, or the truth could be a very bad pill or taste for someone to swallow, or whatever the case may be. How do you want to digest this truth? That's up to you. They decided to take the bitter pill. Hey, you gave warnings. You said, hey, don't do that. No, okay. They took that. And they thought they was invincible. They thought they can do and say whatever it is that they want. Yes. They thought they can get an entourage of CUNTs to watch you and to make fun of you and to do all different types of things sitting outside your house in cars. Like, they was just outlandishly immature. They was just completely just ridiculous. Completely ridiculous for one person that you don't want to be around, that you don't want anything to do with, which is your right and your prerogative, and also they're proving your point. Look at the ridiculousness that they're doing just to try to get back at you or get back towards you. They're proving your point. They're the one that keep trying to follow you, but you still have to kind of keep yourself on a swivel because it's like they want you to hold on to the past. Does that make sense? So let's say I'm looking forward, right? I'm looking forward and they're back. I got to keep looking back like this to see, dang, they still back there. And then my neck, then slowly, eventually, I'm going to keep turning because now they keep doing this to me. They keep doing this to me. And now my whole attention is back in the past where they want you to be. No, cut that off. Cut it off. Cut it off. Okay? Cut it off. Because that's exactly what they do. You're here. Everything you can see. Man, dang, my path look real good. Dang. Okay, I got this new opportunity. I got this. Everything looking great, right? And then you just keep feeling or hearing this nitpicking, or you've heard through the grapevine, oh, such and talk about you. Oh God, what they say. You know what I mean? Well, why would they say that? Now your intentions. Now your path is all the way open. You forget about that. Forget that path right now. I'm gonna go. Well, why they saying that about me? Why and why you? That's exactly what they wanted. They wanted you to forget what you had going on to worry about their dusty self. See, with the Six of Swords represents you moving forward, or you are sailing away, or you're moving to calmer waters. Yes. With the Page of Swords. So, the Page of Swords is that you started to speak back up, or start to speak up. So however resonates. When I say speak back up, maybe you used to speak up, but you were sequestered or silenced to not speak up. So you may have felt you lost your voice. They wanted you to lose your voice or lose yourself because your voice was a part of self, or was a huge identity when it comes to yourself, or it could be the biggest part of your identity. However it resonates. However it resonates for you. We have the moon here. So there could be like a mother figure that has been doing this. Wait. Jamal says Ross class. No. Oh my God, love my Caribbean people. I swear. I swear I love them. I swear. Oh Lord. Hi. Oh my God. So with the moon here, there's a mother figure here. Yeah, moon represents mother figure. Someone's name could be Moon. Someone may have just had their moon cycle. You just started your moon cycle. I'm also hearing the name Hippocrates. So maybe someone's studying Hippocrates. I believe he was a philosopher. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm hearing. Thank you. Someone's name is Suarez. Someone's name is Hilda or Hilton. Hinkster. 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 I'm also hearing halibut. I'm also hearing Maxwell. Could be the coffee, or that could be someone's name. Someone's name is Maxina. Someone just took a taxi, or you're in a taxi right now. You're late for work. Is somebody late for work? We got Seven of Swords here with confession, right? So in regards to your identity, your voice is a very strong part or nature as to who you are, or say aspect or DNA as to who you are. That's all you had was your voice. And they always wanted to sequester your voice or to silence your voice because you've always revealed too much. There's the sun and the moon as well. It could be a mother or father, however it resonates. Or you could be the son and the mother could be the shadow, or the father could be the shadow, or the brother or the sister, however it resonates. But you are that sun. And when a sun and the moon comes together, it makes an eclipse, right? And with eclipse, things come out. It's like opening up a a Reese's Pieces that has caramel in the middle, right? It's like you opening up and you're getting all of the ooey gooiness, all of the good parts is breaking apart so it can come down. That makes sense? Like the ooey gooey part was the truth of it all. And this family dynamic, ex-spouse, ex-lover, friend, whoever, however here, they did everything possible to ensure that you never were able to expose what they've done to you. That's why when, for whoever resonates, when you found your voice again or you found yourself again, meaning you felt comfortable to speak up, okay? Or more comfortable to speak up, things started to be confessed in regards to what they were truly doing. Someone's name is Michael or Michelob. Michaela, Mickey or Michelle. Someone's name is Max, Maxie. I'm hearing a maxi dress. We have 8 of Cups. I'm also hearing a pixie cup. Someone's going to the dentist. Your teeth is great. You just need a cleaning. All right, 8 of Cups here. Someone's name is Aldine, Aldina. Aldina, I'm sorry. I meant Aldine, Aldine. I'm sorry, but Aldina came out. Someone's name is Dina. Could be Dino. Rebecca, Diane, Denny. Someone's name is Dennison. So with the 8 of Cups here, yeah, you abandoned it. You left. Oh, okay, thank you. Look at the moon. See how the moon was like, I got you. Watch, look at the 2 faces. Happy, sad. Look at the 2 faces of the moon. Happy, sad. You'll never catch me in that kind of way. Happy, sad. And the moment that you left, the moment that the moon or everything was eclipsed, everything came out. Everything came out. Someone's name is Benny or Hector. Hector. Judgment. Yep. Yeah, they work together. 3 of Pentacles. Remember, they think someone's name is Esmeralda. They think that they were stronger in numbers. That's what they thought. And they thought wrong. How you run into a fight but there's no fight? That's weird. Imagine somebody getting prepared for a fight that's not even there, that don't exist, and they pumping themselves like, yeah, we're gonna get them. And when they finally get there, let's say they gotta go up a hill, right? A steep hill just to get to you, to think that there's some kind of a battle, right? So they hyping themselves like, yeah. They out of shape and all that stuff because they talking all that rah-rah. So they're steady trying to chug up the mountain, right? Metaphorically speaking. And when they finally get to the top, they so tired, out of breath, they don't even see you around, to the point where it's like they're at a higher vision, or they've been given a vantage point to be able to get a glimpse as to who you truly were at one point in time. They had that. They were able to get a glimpse of it. And the way that they got a glimpse of it, it was like a piece of heaven. It really was. Your energy is very serene, serenity. So that could be someone's name. It's chill. And that's what they wanted. And they felt that from you. And that's what they wanted from you. But at the same time, they wanted to get other people involved and try. No, what the is this? This ain't no damn, what is this? No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, karmic. Okay? They didn't want to let anybody know who you were. They wanted to paint the picture, because if people really knew who you were, they would have want to hang with you and talk with you and chill with you, and they wouldn't have liked that. This is just an example. Selena is an artist that will never be forgotten, and she is well known amongst all over the world. It don't matter what background. There's Selena fans all over the world. And the way that Selena carried herself was so regal. Am I right or am I wrong? I'll even use Uncle Mike. Michael Jackson was another one as well too. All over the world. Same thing. It was like a regalness. It's the way you carry yourself. You don't have to do stuff. You ain't got to be arguing and fighting. You're not into any of that stuff. I'm telling you, you may not think people treat you in that way, but that's just how they're obsessed with you. They're obsessed with your life, like every intricate part. Oh, what? Wait, whoa. Did they eat today? What they eat? Like every intricate part. They won't let you breathe, man. They just won't. They won't let you breathe at all. They want to be all down your back to see what you're doing. So they're willing to go the extra mile to do many things, to do certain things, to distract you, to stop you, to put you in harm's way. It depends on the level of diabolicalness that they want to show. Because some of them are very, very diabolical in regards to how they feel they should be able to get back at someone that left them. As I mentioned, someone has severe mother issues. I mentioned that earlier in the read. And this is a classic example of such. The emotions come from the mother, because the mother is a nurturer, right? When a child is crying, no, don't cry. Okay, baby, all right, yeah. The mother's a nurturer, will kiss up the baby. You know what I mean? The father's more so logical. So if you put those two together, you have emotions and logic. Okay, well, that's another form of way of becoming emotionally intelligent. They didn't have that emotional aspect of things because they may not have had a mother. The reason being is because of their emotions. That's just me. I gotta get a new deck. The world is in reverse. They feel like they failed. They feel like they're stagnant. They feel like that they can't move. Yes, yes, and yes. Correct, correct, and correct. That's what it is. Again, you stop the tape, and when you stop the tape, everything just froze in suspension. There's no more you. There's no more acting. There's no more putting on a show. There's no more people, you know what I mean? There's no more of that. Nobody can just sit and watch you and, oh, look what they doing now. No, no one can do that because you move forward. Again, you got out the box. That's what he didn't want. His family was furious. Yeah. 5 of Swords, serious. Who told you to walk away? What you mean? I did. What are you talking about? I didn't give you permission. I never asked you for permission to how I'm going to live my life. So I don't know who told you that I was going to live the life you had for me. No. That's why they did it sneakily. They had to dumb you down so that way you would not be aware as to what they were trying to do towards you because they knew you would question it. If it had anything to do with intellect or just the perspective of things, you would ask questions. So they always do things to where you would not ask questions, and it could be more so emotionally. So if they get you riled up emotionally, You ain't gonna have time to be asking any questions because you're gonna be in your emotions. You're gonna be crying, you're gonna be mad, you're gonna be upset, you're gonna be angry, whatever, however the conversation may have went in between you and that individual, that karmic individual there. They knew what they were doing. You were way too intelligent for them, but they didn't want you to be aware or to be alarmed just how intelligent you were or came off. Sometimes you're not aware, if that makes sense. Like if you don't have a new perspective from the perspective that you're currently in, you're going to remain stuck, or you could remain stuck, if that makes sense. So the more that you grow, or the more that you put yourself out there, the more that you're wanting to learn or expand yourself, meaning person, place, or thing, right? Things that nature, well, now you're creating more perspectives to understand, oh, okay, well, I don't like this perspective that I'm at currently. Well, let me go to this one. And then you can just, you know what I mean? If that makes sense, they didn't want that. Intellectually, they knew your perspective was very different. This is why, oh, that don't make sense. Why would you say that? Oh, you think you know everything. You don't know everything. Why are you always talking? You need to be quiet. Anytime somebody says stuff like that is because they can't understand your intellect. It's foreign, it's different. It's not anything that they ever heard of, because everything they ever heard of is already stuck within a loop, if that makes sense. Everything's already stuck in there. They already have what they're going to replay over and over and over. Don't you change it. Don't you touch it. This is how it's going to be. And then they're going to have their little audience that's going to sit down and just have people mesmerized, literally and figuratively, over them, watching them doing the same thing over and over and over in this broke down tape here that they're trying to get you to freaking play. No, heifer. No. No, karmic. No. So we have justice here, which you are getting. How'd you break the tape? How'd you get out of that? I stood up and stepped right over. What the hell you mean? Oh, man. Someone's name is Gracie. Grace Lynn or Grace Land. Someone's name is Garcia. Someone's name is Petunia. Petal. I'm hearing pinche. I know that. I think that's a bad word, pinche. I think that's a bad word. I'm not sure. Look, stressed out. No communication. Stressed out by your no communication. Stressed out that they can't reach out to you. Stressed out that they are aware, that you are aware in regards to what they're going through. Stressed out beyond their means, that they just, it's too much. Someone's name is Percy or Percival. Someone's learning French or speaking French. Cochon. Pig. C-O-C-H-O-N. I think that's French for pig. Someone's maybe eating pork or frying pork chops. Someone's from Minnesota, or you're traveling to Minnesota. Someone's name is Princeton, or you can live near Princeton. I'm here in the country Antigua, St. Croix, Sri Lanka. Someone's name is Anne or Annie or Andrew. I'm hearing the name Akelkale. Akelkale. I'm also hearing wonton soup. It's a lot of messages today. Okay, let's see what else. A lot of messages. All right, we got gambler. I'm hearing Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal. They thought they were smooth. They did. And they gambled and they lost. Big time. They're mourning something that they loved. But when you were in that predicament, in that situation, you weren't loud about your sadness. You were very private to yourself. But it still hurt. Hurt to the point where you were by yourself and you really had to process that by yourself. They're feeling the same way. But since everyone pulled away from them, it's like they can't come back from this. Stuck energy. Imagine they're trying to put you in a state or position of, we'll say, call it stillness, right? They did everything possible to keep you stagnant or still or even stuck in a permanent setting. And when that didn't work and you were able to remove yourself from that stuck position, you let it go. You just kept walking, moving forward. And the more you kept walking, the more you couldn't see, right? Or it became invisible at one point in time. And they were so mad that all that what they have done towards you is now being placed back onto them, and they can't get out of their own stuck energy. And to me, honestly, that's the most scariest thing. When a person can't get out of themselves. They just stuck in the same position, same state, same everything. They refuse to move. They refuse. They're literally weeds of life. Like, they're just there to just really destroy what you have. Hold on, what are you doing? Please don't do that. And I'm talking to Rocky. Please don't do that. Okay. So some kind of usage was here. And the usage was here because they were trying to deflect in regards to what they've done. And the more they reflect, the more stuck they became. They really don't know this thing called life. They don't. They really thought their life was a game, if that makes sense. So instead of the word life, confirmation, instead of the word life, their actual life was the actual game. So it will be named game, confirmation, and yours will be named life. Two different things, two different scenarios. You gonna play this game, or you gonna do something with your life? Are you gonna play this game, or you gonna do something with your life? They try to put you want to do something with your life, and you were doing things with your life, however that resonates. And they were trying everything possible to get you caught up in this game. How they gonna get you caught up in this game? They know that you are very mentally sound, meaning that you are intelligent, or you're able to comprehend a question or to formulate an answer. You're able to to have a conversation basically coherently. They needed to break down your mental. That's what they needed to do. And that's what they tried to do with different things, i.e. paraphernalia. For some of you guys, it's not going to resonate for everybody. Some of you guys, they gave you things. They placed things in your drink or in your food, or, take how it resonates in your 420, okay? They specifically played a dangerous game when it came to the mental state of you, or your mind, your mindset, basically, because they wanted you to be stuck. That's what they wanted. Yeah, dangerous. That's why they're feeling this space or this hole that they've never felt before. Yeah, suffering in silence, but they're lying about it. They're saying that everything's okay. It's not. It's not okay. Yeah, they want this to stop. Just whatever you do, can you just make this stop? That's what they feel or how they're feeling. Someone's going to a flower show, or you're growing flowers or planting flowers. I need to plant my strawberries. So we have financial failure. Imagine someone really trying to destroy your mind, because that's what they were trying to do. Your mind was so different, was so pure, was so unique. It's like, wow, that's cool. Oh, wow, I never heard of it that way. Or, wow, you got a really cool sense of style. Or, I like the way you drew that. Or, I like the way that cake was. You know what I mean? Like, it's always something unique about you guys, however it resonates. And they couldn't stand it about you. They went through financial ruins to ruin your life. That's how much they believed in you. Hear that and hear that well. They went through financial ruins to attempt to ruin your life. They dedicated themselves to you. Thank you. They sure did. Like, I'm going back to Michael Jackson when he was doing the Super Bowl. I think it was 1992. The man just stood there, and everybody was, my God, my God. Yo, he just stood there, and people were falling out. They was passing out like that. That's star power. That's energy. That's confidence. That man was confident. That makes sense? That's confidence. Like, wow. That will make you starstruck because of how bright he was a very bright light. But they were cold-hearted towards that bright light. So, okay. So, for whoever it resonates for, thank you. They started to do candle work. Hear me out here. Thinking that they were going to snuff your light, but well, I guess I can't put it that way. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, every time they try to light a candle against you, it works in your favor, but it ends in their disfavor or unfavor. Because every time they do something towards you, you get a new blessing. It's like they gave all their blessings away to you. That's what it feels like. That's what it sounds like. They're stuck. They have no energy. They can't move forward. They literally gave you everything of them and you didn't want it. They forced it on you. You didn't want it. They did everything possible quietly to show you, oh, you're going to pay. You're going to pay. You didn't pay for anything. They did. And I hope that makes sense. You didn't have to pay for anything. They was giving it away to you for free. You gonna pay for what you did to me. I'm gonna get you back. How are you gonna get me back when I never gave you anything to begin with? I never gave you flack before. I never disrespected you before. I wasn't in your face before. So what exactly are you trying to get back from me that I never give to you before in that way? If that makes sense? What are you trying to get back? My love? Okay, but that's mine because clearly you don't have any for me. So what exactly are you trying to get back from me? That's what I be talking about, but yet they call us dumb. Baby, they always try to call us dumb, child. They be. Oh my goodness, child. Look, we got anxiety. Oh man. Stuck in anxiety. Someone's name is Antoinette. Antoine, Antonia, San Antonio. I'm also hearing Texas. Not Texas, taxes, like your state tax. So you could be finally getting your refund. You could be waiting for a while, maybe about 2 months or so. You're finally getting it back, okay? So I'm also hearing Neroli or Nerelli, Neroli, Nerelli, or however you pronounce it, Neroli. Someone's name is Swanson. So money is coming. Yeah, so that's for whoever was waiting on their taxes. It's coming, okay? That's so funny. Yeah, they burnt out. They're super burnt out. They're burnt out because they gave you everything. I want to get you back. Okay. Yeah, you owe me. What do we owe you? Your energy that you keep giving to us freely. Why should we give that back to you? You keep giving it to us freely. If that makes sense. They put all their time, all their effort into disguising themselves to only end up being completely shown in front of everyone to see. And when everyone is looking at them, they look depleted. They look tired. They look lethargic. They're hiding behind things. So when it's now time to be exposed, meaning the curtain, I'm going back to that. Man, that come back full circle. This is the final call, the end of the film, the curtain falling down, the actual end. That is so cool. So we have emotionally exhausted, which they are. Of course they will be. What energy do they have to keep up with you? They can't get you back because you didn't do anything to this person. What did you do? They didn't like what you did. So they had a hidden agenda against you. And they wanted you to be an ally. Or sorry, they did not want you to be aware that they weren't an ally to you. I'm sorry. And they're pretending. Pretending that everything is A-okay, but it's not. Illegal activity. It's like, what can I do to make this stop? Tell the truth. Oh, is there something else I can do? Tell the truth. What if I tell the truth, people are going to know what I did? Tell the truth. But everybody going to watch me. Everybody going to judge me. Does that sound familiar? They wanted you to be in that same position that they don't want to be in, but you already in that position. You like, okay, yeah, that happened. Well, it's life. You got over it. They can't. They can't get over what people know about them. What? They can't get over it. My God. Bonjour, ça va? Red flag. Oh, goodness gracious. There were critical red flags in regards to this person that you may not, at the time, may not have been able to see. And I ain't judging you, okay? You recognize the situation, You saw it for what it is, and now you're making strides, or you have made strides to do what you needed to do, get away from that situation. So I actually commend you, because a lot of people can't do that. So I actually commend you. Just using it as a teaching moment. But with the red flag here, there were a lot of critical warnings that you may not have been aware about at the time. Okay, but you've learned your lesson. And they were very aware that you were cleaning up all of the red flags that they keep trying to place at your feet. It's like they keep trying to place these different flags on your feet here. And I believe, what does, let me look up the spiritual meaning of flags. Okay, flags are often used to symbolize freedom, victory. All right. Okay. So if they were placing flags on your feet, even though they were red, to me, this is just me kind of picking apart the message. So they were throwing red flags at your feet. I feel like that could be a physical thing or metaphorically speaking or figuratively speaking thing, to where they're covering your feet. Your feet represents the root chakra or the foundation of you, right? That's where your stability is, that's where it comes in, right? And it's like they were trying to cover your feet to cover your stability, or to cover the fact that they did not want you to be aware that you can be stable by yourself. Okay? Confirmation. They didn't want you to be aware that you are very capable of taking care of self. So they did a lot of things in regards to trying to hide the foundation of who you are. Again, that's like your feet. That's the foundation. Okay? So with the red flag here, they place a lot of red flags there to dang, I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Okay, they realized that the more flags that you place underneath their feet or your feet, we'll say the more you had the opportunity to use that to your advantage. So once you realize that there were a lot of flags covering up your feet, you utilize what was given to you and you turn it into something. Turn it into something to the point where now you're able to use those same red flags, and you can just kind of, we'll put it in this way, whisk away to safety or remove yourself from harm, flying yourself away. If that makes sense, removing yourself, swifting away, because you got away swiftly with this critical red flags that this person was showing you. It was critical. Yeah, it was very critical. And all those things that they spewed to you and they said that you weren't and stuff, I mean, that was resources and tools that you used to help you really get out of this here. And they drained themselves doing it. Social conditioning. They were drained out by the social conditioning of their peers or of their community. They lived life a certain way. You lived life a certain way. They didn't like the life that you lived because it wasn't how you should have been living life. You should have been living life like theirs. Why do you want to live life like a bum, a decrepit person, a unkempt person, a uncleansed person, a lying son of a bit person? Why do you want to live life like that with someone that have no substance in life? They sleep to 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They don't shower till about 7, 8 o'clock at night. They're just getting breakfast at 9:30 at night. Like, they don't have anything to do. What are they doing? They go outside and is literally like a child in an adult's body. They're in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. They outside doing who knows what. No. That's the social conditioning. And the more you pulled away, the more they kept trying to follow you, but they couldn't keep up. which meant that they had to get more people on board, more energy, but very low vibrational energy. They're all coming together. Okay, I got some here. Okay, all right, let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 5, push. That's how they sound. They sound very childish in the way that they do things. They have no energy, and the little bit of energy that they have left, they're putting it all into you. Okay. Since you're so worried about me, okay. Man, I'm so tired of this person. I'm so tired of the collective. And here you come running, you ain't even running, you just jogging. Shoot, you walking. You're not even, you walking. You're not even, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you just walking, child. And they trying to keep up with you behind your back. And behind them is more people behind them that trying to keep up with them because they think that person, oh yeah, they know what they're talking about and we got to follow them and we got to this because of how they look. Critical red flags. That's what this individual was picking up. People that were okay with wearing their red flags. Yeah, that's what they loved. Reality check. Why I'm trying. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this interloper out of here. Okay. Y'all say the most craziest things, y'all. Someone's name is Simeon. We got lack of confidence. Sorry, I said lack of confidence, lack of commitment. I'm sorry. Hey, boo. Hey, Christine. The lack of commitment was the checking. Okay. The lack of commitment was the reality checking of the conditioning of the social conditioning of red flags or the critical red flags. They were a walking red flag, but people saw them, but they thought it was good. If you look at it in this way, they say, and correct me if I'm wrong, the color red is the easiest on the eyes when it comes to being able to see it visually. I think they even say, don't quote me on this, I think they say if you get a red car, I think you pay more in insurance, I believe, or something about insurance. I think you pay a little bit more because you have a red car. Something like that. And again, I could be wrong. But we all know when you see the color red, it's like it stops you. Like a stop sign. When you see that red stop sign, you have to stop, you know? And that's how they were coming. They wore a lot of red flags, but that's how they were coming. They were covered up in all of their red flags, and no one knew exactly who that person was underneath all those red flags here. But they liked the way that the red flag looked. Maybe it had a little glimmer, maybe it shimmied, maybe it made a certain, you know what I mean? Like the depiction of the illusion had to look a certain way. If that makes sense. So when this person is wearing all their red flags and people are coming towards them in regards to this, whatever this thing is, now they're being conditioned by, okay, well, you shouldn't do that. No, didn't I tell you not to do that? Control in ways, trying to discredit them, gaslight them, many different things in regards to what the red flag may be or may become. So, however it resonates. We have aligned. Going back to what I mentioned, the end of illusions and the wake up of true reality. The ones who are asleep are in fear. The ones that are awakened are confident and bold. So you're going to see alignment. You're just going to see you just going to see things fall to the side. Oh, okay. So the red cars do pay a little bit more. Okay. Okay. Thank you. They're dwelling in darkness because they're unaligned. It's so funny how the cards are coming out. They're dwelling in darkness or on darkness because of them being unaligned. You're aligned, they're unaligned. Like this runaway train that has an end is now coming to an end. They thought this runaway train was basically a track that was just kept going over and over and over and over. It's like making an actual train set and you put all the tracks together and the train literally goes in a loop. That's literally how they wanted you to be, and that's where their train was. It could be their mental state. They may have trained their mind to go in a loop. That's a different way or another way to look at that. But the train or the mentalism of their mind, maybe they didn't train it in a certain way, or maybe they did. Again, they could have trained it in a way to where it was a loop. They just wanted you to be in that loop. So you being in that loop is going to take you away from being aligned, and it's going to put you into being more so unaligned. That's what they wanted. So the more that you become unaligned, so even so, that train is going around in a circle, right? And let's say it has stops in that circle of on that train. Dang, I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna get some water. I hate when that happens. Hold on. Okay. Since they only dwell in darkness here and they were really socially conditioned to do certain things in a certain way here, again, they wanted you to become unaligned. So the way they'll do that, I'll use a train track as an example. You have this circle, or you have the direction as to how the train is going to go. It's going to go in a loop. And let's say within that loop, there are train stops. So every stop that you may be on, they'll try to whisper something to you. You know, when you're on a train, at a train stop and you're trying to get on the train, let's say you're trying to travel from like Philly to Jersey or like Philly to New York, right? You wait on the train track or the platform to, when the train stops, the conductor says, all aboard, like that. It's kind of like that. Like they were trying to give you some form of a heads up, like, hey, I'm here, but this is what I want you to do. It's like they wanted you to get on this train here, but they didn't want you to see the many red flags that they were wearing, right? So they were trying to socially condition you that it was okay to have red flags. And how would they do that? By trying to get you to be unaligned by dwelling in darkness. Again, they knew that you were intelligent. They knew you would pick up on things. So they didn't really use the mentalism of yourself. They more so used the emotional aspect of yourself because, and just hear me out, you may have been going through some things emotionally where you may not have been as emotional intelligent as you are today. Just take that how that resonates, okay? Meaning that you may have made a lot of changes within yourself, and you have seen the differences between then and now, okay? They really use the emotional, or they attempt to use the emotional aspect or part of you because they need you to get the reaction, and that's the reaction. The reaction doesn't come from the mental. The reaction comes from the emotions. Oh, you and you. And you and you and you and yeah, whatever, child. Someone's name is Kathleen, Kathy, Katina, Catalina, Cassandra, Casanova, Casey, Keith, Kateria. I'm also hearing Kathmandu. Look, fear. Hey, JM. Fear. The social conditioning that they wanted you to follow was to dwell on darkness in fear. That's what they wanted for you. Oops. That's what they wanted for you. They wanted you to be socially conditioned to the patterns of dwelling in darkness while being in fear. That's what they wanted. And then they wanted you also to not be able to speak truth, but more so unspoken truth. This is why you're making believers out of dreamers. The etymology of the word believe is to have faith or confidence or be persuaded of the truth of. The truth is, you are the truth. That's the truth. It is what it is. Literally and figuratively, it is what it is. Not a cocky thing. It's not a, it is what it is, because that's what the truth. You speak truth, so that's what it is. So because of that, you actually show people that the things that they were doing towards you, it can't happen. It can't continue, and it will not continue. So it's like you're making a staple, or you're making a statement in regards to letting people know that you'll never be the 2 or the 3. You're going to always be the 1. Always. And that's what they're remembering here. They're remembering that you are always going to be the 1. Because they did this unprovoked. Yeah, shame. They had nothing but shame. They can't even pay for their person's passing. Victim mentality. They despised you, and the way they treated you is like it's for some of you guys, you may have became so numb. So numb in regards to how they treated you. They didn't care. They just wanted to see you in pain. That's so odd. Someone's name is Vanessa Arnold, Artisan. Yep, now the community sees. See, you were hiding your scars. It could be a physical scar. It could be emotional scar, a mental scar, a spiritual scar. Take it how it resonates. But you were hiding some bruises behind, behind the scenes. And people are going to see that, or people are going to be aware of that. But it was like every time you came around, or you were wherever you were, it was like the soul was shining so bright that a lot of people couldn't see that you were hurt. So you hid your hurt, is basically what I'm saying. Because even with her, she's in the dark, right? And there's light around her. We're going to look at these as lightning bugs, right? They're like lightning bugs around her, and even though she's in the dark, it's like her aura is still being seen or shown, if that makes sense. So even in the midst that she's in darkness, or this person is in darkness, the light still shines around her, or there's still things attracted to her, if that makes sense. You can even use the cat as a form of protection as well, too. And it says the soul. So they thought that they thought they damaged you. They thought they were doing something to you. They really thought they lost you. So serious. Yeah. They thought they lost you. Family, yeah, but not you. It's not you. Yeah, history is here. That is stuck. I'm going to say it again. This is the final call, the end of the film, the curtain falling down, the actual end. The end of illusions and wake of true reality. The ones who are asleep are in fear. The ones that are awakened are confident and bold. And it's blowing up in their face. I'm going to come back on a little later, okay? All right, we got Pisces, Capricorn. Hold on, I'm Sagittarius, so give me 1 second. So somebody says on YouTube, you said her name's Nora. She said, I'm so tired of this nonsense. So hear me out here. And this is not a dig at you. I want to make that clear. I ain't trying to argue with you, fight with you. Just trying to give you some advice, okay? So it just seems like you're very tired of it all. And I completely understand. And I can feel where you're coming from. But is it really your tiredness in regards to every time you try to do something, you feel that it may be hard for you to succeed? Because it kind of comes off as imposter syndrome. That's what I'm feeling like for you. And it kind of feels like that every time you try to do something, you feel like you want to get knocked back down or something is going to be destroyed. That is a trauma, what do you call, response to people sabotaging you. So that is a shadow work that you can work on if you want to, but just kind of gave you some advice right there. So if you're sick and tired of sick and tired, one of the questions you should ask yourself is why. That is a very valid and solid question. Why are you tired? Ask yourself. I'm tired because, and be honest with yourself. I'm telling you, the more honest that you are with self, the more you're going to learn about self. I keep telling y'all that. I'll give you an example. Man, I'm so tired. Why am I tired? Because I got a lot of work to do. Why do I have a lot of work to do? Because I have to pay these bills. Dang, what bills do I have to pay? Oh, okay. Now let me just write down the bills I have to pay. Okay, well, how much is this bill each month, or whatever the case may be? You see how one question, which starts with why, starts to break down things as to why things may not be working out for you? That's your shadow work. That's your shadow work. And I promise you, the more you do, the more you'll see results. Okay, we have Cancer, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Sag, Taurus, Virgo. Okay, so if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You are so awesome in your own right. You're very unique in your own right. And please stop letting people punk you, child. Okay? You're not here to please anybody. You're going to have some people that don't like you. Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. But you can't let them interlopers get you down. You got to do what's best for you. Do what you need to do. And yeah, I'm going to see you on the next one. See you later. Love you guys. See you later. I'm going to upload this right now. All right, YouTube, what's going on with y'all? Okay, I'm going to see y'all later. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the tips and the donation as well. It is truly appreciated.